This was
Yeah, absolutely.
a close game.
Hmm.
I don't even want to ask how you're feeling because I imagine it's not great.
Hmm.
But tell me about the fourth quarter.
Yeah, our team showed a lot of fight in that quarter. We were down by 13 and we were able to kind of chip away at that lead and got it cut to 1, and then just had some unfortunate decision making there at the end. But I thought we did a good job of competing and fighting. But again, like, more importantly, we got to come away with that win and get those defensive stops when we need to.
Yeah, I feel like it got pretty intense in that fourth quarter.
Hmm.
Could you guys feel that on the bench and as coaches? We had quite a few timeouts. I don't know. What was it? What was going
Yeah,
through your
yeah,
heads?
late game, like these are the games that the fans love. The late game theatrics of calling timeouts and advancing the ball and seeing what play is going to be executed and seeing what the defensive changes are. But I think both us as well as Charlotte, our teams were really, really fighting to come out of here with the win. I think both teams and all of these players understand how important the standings are at this stage of the game, and so being able to come out here and again, like, just the one single quarter where we scored 12 points is such a huge quarter for us, because we only shot 24% in that quarter. But I thought we did a better job of getting ourselves to the free throw line for the entirety of this game. But we've got to just continue to be better about completing the 40 minutes of the entire game.
And Sahara, this is the millionth time that you guys have played Charlotte in a row. What is it like going out on the court when, honestly, you've played them so much, you've probably seen them just as much as your teammates in the last couple of weeks?
It's not really, I wouldn't say it's hard. I just feel like we have to just lock in. It's not like we don't know them and don't know how they play. We know what we're supposed to do, so we just have to go out there and do it and continue to do it so we can come out with the win.
And noticeable difference, they didn't have Deja Kelly in
Hmm.
their lineup. How did that affect any kind of like strategy going into this game?
So, our game plan was very similar to what it was for today. With Deja Kelly, it's about keeping her out of the paint and making sure that you are distracting her when they're out running in their offensive transition, because she does like to kick the ball up a lot. And so for us, the game plan didn't change. I mean, we didn't know she wasn't going to play until 20 minutes before the game. And so for us, it's just a matter of really and truly executing what it is that we need to do defensively, which is keep the ball out of the middle, make sure we rotate and get out there on their shooters. AD hit 5 threes this game, and I believe 4 of them were in the first quarter. And so making sure that we understand their personnel is really, really important.
And they had someone missing from their lineup, but we had someone back in our lineup.
Yeah.
How was it having Kristen back in the game?
Yeah, it was good to see her back out there in action. Kristen brings a certain level of IQ to the game. She's a phenomenal shooter. So it was just good to actually see her get back out there and kind of see what it is that she could provide to us.
And Sahara, what's going on in the locker room when it's in these tight moments? Who's kind of stepping up on the court and kind of like leading you guys mentally through these tough times?
KJ always tells us to like keep our head up and stuff, and then next play also from the bench, Coach Jay and Coach Fox, like when we do something, it's okay. Next play, like what else can we do to get the possession back? But on the court, it's definitely KJ, but we do all speak up when things aren't going how they're supposed to, so we can get back on track. And even in the locker room, we all have our input of what to say, so when we go back out on the court, we can adjust and fix it.
And what are you guys looking to do? One day of rest and then back at it against Charlotte again. What are you guys doing mentally, physically to prepare? Is there anything to prepare when you've seen someone so many times?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is just rest for their bodies. The rest and the recovery that they need is really important. The turnaround time from yesterday, we did have 24 hours plus, whereas, from today to Sunday, they've got a lot of time to rest, stay off their legs, and just be mentally prepared for this dogfight. These last couple of games have been really, really tight games. And so, it does take its toll on you mentally, but at the end of the day, they're right there. And so just reminding them of we're talking about 1 or 2 possessions. You're not talking about a blowout by any means. And so when the games are like that, just kind of reminding them of the positives that they can take from this game, and at the same time there are some adjustments that we'll make going forward, and then we'll just go from there.
And Sahara, what do you hope to see in this Sunday game? Agree personally or as a team? How are you guys going to get the win?
Well, clearly we want the win. That's what I want to see at the end of the game. But I just want us to go out there and have fun. Like, just play basketball. Don't make things too complicated, and just like forget what happens. Just go on to the next play. Play defense. Execute. We play tons of possessions in basketball, so everything is not going to always be perfect. But to know how to fight and continue to fight and come out with the win is the biggest thing. No matter how ugly it is, we need to win.
And any other kind of performances you want to shout out today?
Yeah, we had 4 people in double figures today, which is always a good thing. We got to get more assists up, but our guards today, they shot the ball pretty well early on in the game. But as an overall whole unit, I think that we got contributions from just about everybody that played major minutes in some shape, form, or fashion, either with steals and assists or with points. Just about everybody got on the scoring column, but we just got to, knock down more shots, play better defense, a couple of possessions, and more importantly, I think closing out possessions. We did a really good job in the first half of keeping them off the offensive glass, and then they got a little bit loose in the second half, so we got to come back and make sure we do a good job rebounding. But we had a couple of players, Amaya and Sahara, right at 9 rebounds, and so just on the cusp of a double-double for Sahara. But, we move forward, and we, talk to ourselves and be on to the next one. The next one is the same team. We know what we need to do in order to execute what we need to execute to beat this team. We just have to go out there and do it for a full 40 minutes.
And so is there anyone else you want to shout? I know you said KJ's been kind of a vocal leader on this team, but anyone else want to give a shout out to?
Kristen Williams, of course, just being able to see her back on the court when she hit those 2 threes, I was very excited for my teammate because we've been in the gym and she's been hitting those, so I wasn't surprised at the outcome. And yeah.